Buckle up, repeater nerds and code geeks. I'm going to show you the most single, convoluted way you can set yourself up to listen to Morse Code Ninja practice tapes. Stay tuned. Good after, evening, noon, and welcome to the ham shack of VE6LK. Now, astute listeners will notice that that sounds like Morse Code Ninja in the background, and it is. And I'm going to explain to you why I am listening to Morse Code Ninja over a UHF link here in this video. So here we have our VHF DR1 repeater that came out of our Longview site, and the interface board is in this repurposed enclosure. There's the RLC1 LinkCom controller. That's pretty much what we use on our entire network. This is the dummy load attached to the linking radio that I haven't shown you yet. That's the dummy load attached to the transmitter of the repeater. And if I come up here to this shelf, we have the linking radio and a fan, good old Maxtrack 300, and we use those as UHF linking radios. And the problem is, we don't know if the failure is audio passing out to the radio or the radio itself. So I've set it up on the rack to burn it in and let it run for several days, running Kurt Zogelman's Morse Code Ninja. As long as I have to listen to something, I may as well make it something I need to learn, right? Now, you may wonder, why am I using dummy loads? Well, that's because dummy loads make good enough radiators when you're in close distance. You've seen that in videos before from me, and I'll put a hyperlink up in the upper right corner right about now, and you can see when I showed 4 other people that dummy loads actually do radiate a signal out in the field. So I put a great big 100-watt dummy load on the 20-watt UHF repeater, or 2 UHF link, and I put a 25-watt dummy load on this transmitter, which I've turned down to just 5 watts. So they'll run all day long, and there'll be adequate heat dissipation. So let me bring you up to the top of the rack and show you what I'm feeding this all with. So here we see the venerable Kenwood TK705. It's commercial radio that's easily brought into the ham bands, and I use these for APRS and other single fixed purposes. This one here is connected to that computer through that homemade audio interface, which loosely resembles a West Mountain Radio no-mic, or no-mic as they're known, and it actually has a job in life where it performs our club's voice announcements, like the next meeting of the Foothills Amateur Radio Society and stuff. Anything that we need to tell to our members goes across our repeater network. So today what I've done is I've programmed up channel 5, which, as you can see if you're paying attention to the label on top, doesn't exist, and it's set to the input-output frequency of this repeater down below, so that it can pick it up, and then the controller can pass the audio through out to the transmit side and up to the link side and out through the dummy load, where that radio in the other room can pick it up because it's close enough. Can you say Rube Goldberg device? Let's take a look at this Rube Goldberg device on a drawing, shall we? Take a look at my friend the whiteboard. Here's the whiteboard. So there's the PC, and it runs a piece of software called K1RFD Echo Station. It only runs on Windows 95 and Windows 7, so yes, that computer is running Windows 7. No, it is not connected to the internet. There's the audio interface I talked about. There's the Kenwood TK705 commercial radio. I currently have it out at 2.5 watts. I turned the power down so that it wouldn't get too hot because I want to run this thing for like a week. It's got a big heat sink on it, and I've put a fan underneath it. So, and it goes over the air, VHF to VHF to a small antenna on the back of the DR1 repeater box, and it comes in through the LinkCom controller, which controls all of the functions of the DR1, and it controls the outbound linking audio. That's where we think the problem is. going off to our network. Normally there'd be another antenna here, but I've just set it up with a dummy load. And of course, because the VHF transmitter is active too, it's got a dummy load as well. And then over here, sitting on my desk, is my FT8900 with my standard outside antenna and my speaker and my happy face because I'm listening to code practice. Now, let me ask you this. Is this the most Rube Goldberg-like device you've ever heard of for practicing Morse code? Who knows? But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little fast video on how to overcomplicate a problem and still learn something while you're trying to solve it. Thanks for coming out, 73.